This is so many people. That's for the first time. 3 Judes. This is my third live. Usually nobody writes comments. People are watching, but nobody writes comments, and I'm like, excuse me, do you speak English? You can at least say hi. Dude, so many people. What's happening? Commander Caleb said hi. The coup, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce names like properly. Says hi. Zach loves anime, says hi. The coup says I am Midoriya. What is Midoriya? Zach loves anime, says hi. The coup, you can call me the coup, nerd, young, Midoriya, or friend. The coup. That's how you're written until I get to know you, the coup. So I don't offend you in any way. Zach loves anime, says hi. The coup, you like MHA? What are you guys talking about? The coup, yep. Commander Caleb, how's your day going? I didn't sleep last night. Today is my 4th day in Bali. And last night I couldn't sleep. And I'm like, okay, the gym opens at 7 in the morning. I have to go to the gym. And I'm here. Zach says, can I subscribe? Only if you want. Only if you want. Deku says, Okay, now, you guys are my viewers for the first time. You have never seen me before. I just started streaming on YouTube. This is the 3rd stream ever on YouTube. Usually, I stream, it's currently, on TikTok, but only in Bulgarian language. From the country where I'm from, I usually streamed there, and it was only in my language. So you have never seen me before, and you don't know what to expect from my live streams. I'm currently over there on the bench. I'm warming up, and when I begin the actual training session, I have 1 minute break. I do the set, and for that 1 minute, I take the camera and I start reading comments for 1 minute, and then I go back train, and then repeats, and I have conversations with you. Zach says I subbed. Okay, now if you see my previous videos, I lost 7 kilograms, 16 pounds of, between 15 and 16 pounds of muscle. And whenever somebody subscribes, I greet him with a big biceps, but I'm no longer big, so we have to get back in shape. Commander Caleb, wait, so it's 7 a.m. for you? 8, right now is 8, yes. Where you guys from? And can you hear me well, or do I have to speak louder? The music and all the noise is a lot here. There's also a big fan. Let me know how much louder I need to speak. Commander Caleb, 16 pounds, that's awesome, dude, good job. No, I was muscular. Between 80 and 81 kilograms of pure muscle. You can check my previous videos. My story is long. We're going to have lots of time talking about it. Zach loves anime. For me, in Britain, it is 1:18 in the morning. You need to go sleep. Commander Caleb, we can hear you perfect. Oh, that's still awesome. Yeah, I have problems and everything with time. If you guys, if you have nothing better to do, you can come hang out here. Okay. I didn't even expect any comments, to be honest. People don't speak English here. Zach loves anime. I slept all day because I was sick. Oh, get better. Did you have a flu? Commander Caleb, hope you get better, Zach. Zach says, thanks, 3 hearts. I'll go. So I have 2 surgeries on my nose. And quite often I have to go to the toilet to get water so I can blow it easier. It is very dry inside. So I have to go to the toilet, get water, blow it, come back, start training. Commander Caleb, I live in the United States and it is 8 p.m. for me. Shout out. Which state, which city? Okay, I go to the toilet real quick. Be right back. Here's the timer for the break. Zach loves anime. Hope no one steals the phone while he's gone. No, nobody does that. Commander says, for real? Zach, we all good? Yep. So, how old are you and where are you from? Let's go train. And also, how did you find this life? I'm not knowledgeable on how YouTube works in regards to live streams. Commander, I'm going to go play a game. I have notifications on, so whenever you go live or make a video, I'll watch it if I can. Commander, no worry. No worry. I'll be happy to speak to you again. Zach, I'm 15, 16 in May. And from living in Britain. Nice. Commander, I found this live by scrolling through the live section. I see Zach says same. Interesting. Well, maybe YouTube really needs to learn from TikTok. The lives eventually will start filling up with more people, and the more people join, the more interesting the lives will become. Well, Zach, did you say you were from Bulgaria? Correct. Yes. Fuck. Commander, have a good day. Bye. You too. Zach, bye. Caleb. Zach, do you have siblings? Zach says, I've been to Bulgaria 3 times. I liked it, but I went in the beginning of September one time and there wasn't much to do, but loved it both the other times. Yes, during the winter months we have snow. During the summer months we have a sea, beach. Yes. Do you have siblings? What do you study in school? Zach says, I have 2 brothers. One is my twin and the other is 21. My sister is 27 on Wednesday. Big family, big family. Fertile parents. Very good. Wednesday, today is Saturday? I forgot what day it is today, so in 3-4 days. Okay. One big set. Time to train. What is your phone case? It is Mobile Fox. 1 second. It is mirrored. Is it mirrored? Mobile Fox. Good sturdy case. The shoulders are starting to burn. That's good workout. Zach says, do you train legs? I usually do, but I haven't trained for 10 months. Bad things happened in my life, so I didn't train for 10 months and I lost 7 kilograms. The legs were in perfect shape. No more. So I need to get back in shape, you know, and that's why I'm doing the lives. I go on a 2-mile run daily in the gym for 2 hours, but not today because I'm sick. You're doing good for your age. You're perfect. I mainly train my arms at the gym because my legs hurt. Why do they hurt? Do you have some injury? Some illness? After running. Oh, yeah. Do you have shin splints? Your shins? Over here. Do your shins hurt? Over here. Where do you feel the pain? 2 miles of running, then on legs is something I cannot do. Yes. If your shins hurt, I understand it. Time to train. my calves in the back, my calves hurt. Over here in the back. If this is the case, watch very carefully. Not now. I'll go do my set. You stay here and now open your eyes. I'll show you something. Okay? After the set. Are you watching? Sometimes I do 30 minutes of boxing in my garage. Perfect. Watch now what exercise I will show you. As long as I find a place where to perform it. Okay. Over here. This is not perfect place. Pretty much you need a steps. So here you can also check on the internet or YouTube how to stretch your calves. There are 3 ways. This is normal way, straight forward, then to the outside. You turn it like this, see, to the outside and stretch, and then to the inside and stretch. Do this for 30 seconds for each leg, each calf, 5 to 10 times. It will take, it's like 10 minutes stretching, but you will feel better in 2-3 weeks, and in 1 month you will no longer have this problem. Zach says the reason I work so hard is because I had an eating disorder. I used to weigh 190 pounds at 12 years old, so I strive to work hard. Zach, because of the mentality, despite your young age, you're already this much higher above everybody else your age, maybe even above people my age, and I'm 37. Good job, Zach. Never give up. Listen, you're small in age, but you can never give up. Never. Forget this word even exists. Zach, I will try that calf exercise. It's stretching. Thank you, of course, no problem. Is Deku still here? I don't know. Is there a way to check who is watching? 31 minutes. The time is flying. Every time I have fun during the lives, the time is flying. And we're just 9 people. Message retracted. Okay. I don't think I can check who is watching. On TikTok lives, you can press a button and see a list of people who are currently watching. Maybe not on YouTube, or maybe I don't have the option yet. Last exercise here. Set, set. Moving on to the next exercise. I need to find a place for the camera, probably over here, right behind me. Maybe a bit from an angle. Yeah, let's see how. Zach, if you're still here, let me know how is the viewing angle. It's almost 2 a.m. right now, says Zach. You need to go sleep. But it is okay. What is your max weight for arms? I was very strong. Triceps, I was doing 55 kilograms. Skull crusher for 8 reps. Biceps, 40 kilograms for 5 reps. Something like this. You'll see in 6 months, if I'm good with my health, I'll get back in shape, and you'll see. Zach says we can see. Okay. Eventually, I will learn all the good spots for shooting live stream. You should get a tripod so you can see the comments and workout. Next time I come to Bali. Yeah. I don't have much free space for the baggage, for the luggage I have. I'm used to this. I'm used to this. Getting tired. What was the word? Time to work, time to train. I got to go for a second bite. No problem, Zach. Time to train. Success back. Do you have any tips on keeping a good diet? Of course. But it is very controversial, the diet that I am eating. Very controversial. If you want, I can share it with you. Just let me know. So she says, okay, to me. I don't eat sugars. I don't eat carbohydrates, which is oats, rice, pasta, grains, beans. I don't eat those. Mostly red meat or chicken. Mostly red meat, but I'm changing the diet now with chicken. And fats, protein and fats. When I was in Bulgaria, I was eating pork, fatty pork with butter, cow butter, plus eggs, some kind of vegetables, feta cheese, Bulgarian feta cheese, plus Bulgarian kashkaval, which is the other type of cheese. And what else? That's it, every day, all day long. But I was eating only one meal over the past 1 year. Before 1 year ago, I was eating 3 of these meals, the same thing every day. I believe I have some videos on YouTube, short videos. You can check, might be a while back. I'm going to the restroom real quick. Zach, I only really like fish and eggs for protein. I don't like many meats. Fish and eggs is good enough. Actually, 2 weeks before I moved to Bali, I started eating only eggs, no red meat, because I have digestive problems with the intestines. And I still don't know what food is good for me because I get inflammation from all foods, maybe except eggs. Over here I cannot find eggs, but I'm for fourth day. Today is my fourth day, so maybe with time I'll be able to find good eggs. Maybe, hopefully, homemade. As per homemade, homegrown. We'll see. We'll see. Just with time. What music do you like? Dubstep when I'm training, drum and bass, some techno, trance, but very few now. I was listening to trance about 15 years ago, lots of trance 20 years ago. But right now, dubstep, drum and bass, like faster beat. I can show you what the song right now, also hard style, dark techno, black techno, I don't know how you call it. Losing Control, Frontliner. I enjoy it. It makes my blood boil, especially when I train. Yeah, I need the blood pumping. Moving to the next exercise. I will be doing it with a barbell. Zach says I like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter and Grace Abrams. I have heard only two names from these. I'm old person. I'm 37 years old. Different generations. Okay, I got the bar. So with the different generations, you can say I'm a grandpa. Okay. I'll put the camera. I don't know where should I put the camera. Over here. Up. let's go get the towel because I am water everywhere. I need to towel with. Yeah, that's when you don't speak English fluently, you can't express yourself. Okay, I got the coffee. After next set, I'll come back to get the water bottle. No, I'm going to leave the coffee somewhere. Over here. Over here. Maybe it won't get pushed. I hope not. I am becoming very hungry because, as I mentioned, I didn't sleep last night. Sleepless, no sleep. And I usually eat once per day. So right now I'm very hungry and I need water. Huh. I go get the water bottle. Zach, thank you for being with me these 3 days. The people who are watching are not English speakers. So now you're making my workout enjoyable and time passes by quickly. Zach says, just like me, tonight, yeah, can't sleep and I'm hungry. Yeah, why can you not sleep tonight? What's happening? Is it school related? What is the problem? Not sure, to be honest. Oh, but is it a girl problem, a boy problem, a friend problem, school problem? Did I mention? Family problem, siblings problem? What else? Your age? Physique problem? Some kind of depression? Anxiety? Or food problem?
That's the part that's like tricky because I actually thought we were gonna find some time, but I don't know how. I know it was.
Good training.
Yeah, you did that.
I was asleep all day. Oh, so I'm just not tired, I guess. Ah, then there's no problem. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. You already mentioned you're sick and you slept during the day. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't remember. So I shouldn't be worried. Everything is fine with you. Let's go train. Time to train. I'm sleepy and hungry.
Stop at that other place. I don't remember that. What coffee?
In traffic forever. It took y'all like an hour.
I'm going to the restroom again to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Leaving the camera here. "61 minutes live." Ooh, 1 hour.
On that side? Yeah, like what Sabina and them trying to do. They want to put it right at Hotel Station. That's it. They not moving. I looked up there. I said, oh, I know. They bring in the yoga people, the meditation people. They bring in the cooking class. They don't go nowhere. They like want to go somewhere. You gotta try that on your own.
I'm literally putting I think once, if anybody has gone to a regular retreat, they go to like, not a lot. This isn't normal. So I'm calling it a retreat. Really, it's a whole experience that you don't usually want to like.
No comments. Time to train.
Friday.
For what he charges, I offer way more. So like my price is double everything right there, and you're not necessarily getting it. So those are the things that I look at. And I gotta make sure that's like timing. Like, but I go around this, and I'm like, oh, I need too many activities, so I pick out this one. The height, everybody thought the height was yesterday. Everything costs.
I knew there was a charge, but I didn't know what I didn't know it was that. I'm like, damn, that's like, but that's US, but
One of them said 40. Discount. I'm trying to figure out the best way. Like, oh, this is charge. Some of them, involved in drop off. But I admit that. Technically, I'm
This bar is too rusty. Zach, how long have you been training? I started just after my 13th birthday. 8th grade. I started arm wrestling in 8th grade. Maybe 14-year-old. And then on and off and on and off and on and off. And right now I'm 37 years old. You have started in the perfect age.
I'm like, well, shit, it's not a balance. Plus, I gave too much discount on the, especially on the people coming.
You're like, won't be doing that again.
Yeah, it's too much. Because then if I'm basing it off of the old price, that's not the price anymore. So I was like, damn, it's higher, so shit. And with Papa, you get too many rooms. So I didn't finish my overage yet. I was just doing the numbers on all of them, like every little cost that went over. But I don't have a choice. It's like, I'm not nitpicking. I just got to make sure I know the numbers. And then you don't want break-even trips. It's like you never want break-even trips. And I don't overcharge anybody. That's the whole thing.
Ooh, good workout. Today's shoulders are amazing. First shoulder session
I'm just trying to,
for many months, and a good one. Good shoulder training. Let's go train.
follow what I can visualize and make the numbers make sense. When you don't do it in a while, oh, body. Just live. Get up and like.
Zach asks brand of shoes. Oh, do you have any suggestions for running shoes? Of course, Zach, you are in the best place ever. These are the best shoes for running in the world. They are called Newton Running. Newton Running. I think I have like 21 pairs. I don't know, I haven't counted them. Zach, okay, thank you. I'll have a look now. Yep. They have different technology. See? I can't keep balance. The technology they use is different than any other shoe. Small break. 2 more sets and I'll be done with the shoulders for today. And then I should be having 1 more hour of weight training, but since no sleep, I'll just go straight to cardio, then stretching, and then going home and eating and sleeping. Hey, the machine is taken. The machine on which I can stream. Let's try another machine and see if I can make it work somehow. So leave this here. Not very sturdy. going to leave this. No. Down here. The water will be here. Hold on. See how it is? It's not leveled surface, so let's see if I can make it work somehow. No. That's the best I can do. I will go change. No, let me first answer the question. Zach says I'm training using yoga to try to touch my palms to the floor. My auntie showed me she could, and she showed me the stretches, and I'm so close. Zach, when I learned about stretching, do you know how old I was? 24. I was 24 and you're only 16. You are 8 years ahead of me. Very good news, perfect news. You have good parents and good relatives. Be sure to thank them. I go change, put shorts, and I come running. I'll be right back. The machine I usually run on is now free, but I'll check how this one is for the picture for the live stream. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, Jesus. This machine is broken. Let's check the other one. This one is broken too. Okay. Zach, haha, that happens to me once. It's bad, yeah. The belt stops moving. It can hurt you very badly. Let's see this angle. Probably not. This angle. Zach, can you tell me if you can hear me? And can you tell me if the camera is shaking. That works, okay. Zach says, I'm running and it suddenly stopped. Yeah, that's very bad. Oh. I am very sore from the last 2 days of running, so I will be happy if I can manage 20 minutes. Still a lot, maybe 15. So tired. So I use my treadmill at home if I want to use one. Yeah, I understand. Better safe than sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, there was an alarm. Success. It also has an emergency stop. If I go too far back, it slows down. It slows, stops. Yes, it slowly stops. Yes. The towel fell. Are you going to be live tomorrow? Yes, but probably not early in the morning. I hope it will be early in the morning for my time. But oh, I can't promise tomorrow I'll be on live because I'm expecting a health crisis to hit me. It usually takes about 4, 5, 6 hours to get better, and then I can come train. But the answer to this question is yes, every day, as long as I don't have a health crisis. Training makes my crises better. That's why I have to train. The more I train, the better. I'll have to go soon because my phone is at 3% and my charger is at my nan's house. No problem, Zach. Thank you for being with me. We'll see each other next time. You'll see me. I will read you. Zach says bye. I'll get it in the morning during my run so then I can watch tomorrow. Good night, Zach. Oh, shit. Not good machine for running. Deku, hi, I'm back. Hi. You were from USA, correct? How are you? 22 minutes running. Going to try for 30. Then a little bit stretching and going home. Zach is here. Hi, I'm back. I'm just let my phone die. Deku, is it morning where you are? Yes, 10 o'clock in the morning. You are nice. It's 3 a.m. School. School means laughing, correct? Deku says, hi Zach, smile. Hi, Meduria. I can't wait for the lights to start growing bigger. Deku asks Zach, how are you? Zach says, oh well. Deku is good. Zach says good. Yeah. I'm used to, normally when I train, my training sessions, live streams, usually between 75 and 100 people on TikTok, the training sessions. When I go live stream for some big event, the most I have gotten was 2,000, 1,900, 2,000 viewers. So whenever the live starts getting bigger, the comments will start flying, and then we're going to have the most fun. Zach says, I'm cold, I don't know why. I'm at 1%, so bye! Bye! Deku says, I am in the common room with the rest of UA, but bye! Towel fell down. Okay. 4.5 more minutes. This machine isn't good for live streaming because I can't make the phone not shake. Yeah. Maybe so. It's shaking. Done with the cardio. 30 minutes. A bit of break. Zach, hi again. My phone about to die by. You need to charge it and go to sleep. I'm going to stretch the calves a little bit and straight going home. Good day for training today. Tired. I'll go sleep at home. I found a good place for stretching calf. right over here. You can see right here. I'll leave the phone and I'll be stretching. 2 hours. Let's go home. Bye for today. Let's hope tomorrow I come again to train.